Drowning deaths are on the rise in the United States following decades of decline. According to CDC data released today, more than 4,500 people died by drowning each year from 2020 to 2022. That's 500 more deaths than in 2019, and one drowning every 2 hours in the U.S., according to the CDC. Drowning is the leading cause of death in children between 1 and 4 years old, and also has contributed to the increase of deaths involving adults 65 years and older. According to the CDC, the best prevention includes an obvious one: learn how to swim. The agency estimates 15% of American adult population do not know how.
Well, joining us now is Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Jen Ashton to talk much more about the CDC report. That is a huge jump in numbers.
It's a huge jump, and we have to remember these are largely preventable deaths. Just to put this into context, this is around the same number of women die from cervical cancer in this country every year. So we have an opportunity now to really eliminate this number by, yes, as you both said, of course, learning how to swim, but also learning how to respond in an emergency that happens around the water. A lot of these deaths are people trying to help someone else who might be struggling. But the statistics are pretty jaw-dropping. More than half of American adults have never taken a swim lesson.
Wow.
Of course, racial disparities exist. 1 in 3 Black Americans do not know how to swim, and 1 person dies from drowning every 2 hours in this country. You guys, I was a lifeguard when I was a teenager. It is a great summer activity for teenagers to learn how to save a life, learn how to swim, learn CPR. This is something that we really have an opportunity to make a significant impact on.
You know, you mentioned the racial disparities, and African-American community hit really hard by this. And, you know, I have, on an anecdotal level, family and friends who are, you know, Black who were not swimmers, and I could never understand that. What is going on here?
Well, look, it's access, it's fear, it's social stigma in some cases. It could be something as significant as not being wanting to get your hair wet, get into a bathing suit, especially amongst teenagers or young children where there's a lot of peer pressure. It's part of the reason why I was so proud of my GMA3 co-host, DeMarco Morgan, who learned how to swim, conquered his fears on national television, and in doing so inspired so many people. It starts with children, and that's where I think we have a very kind of vulnerable population, but a population that can really be inspired as well.
What else, other than teaching your kids how to swim or teaching yourself, what else should
protection? Anyone who has a toddler, a baby, anyone who doesn't know how to swim and they are around water, we've said it before, but it bears repeating, not 1 second should your eyes be off that child. Tragedies happen, and they happen in this area every single summer.
You know, my son and I got him in a baby swimming class. He was 8 months old, going underwater and swimming, and he went on to become a captain of a swim team. So
there you go.
There's that as
we
well.
love those stories.
So really start young, right?
Absolutely. You can start as a baby.